Many men work through cheating. And that's also pretty cucked, right? But it's one thing to be cucked, and it's another thing for everybody to know you're cucked. And it's one thing for maybe your town to know you're cucked, or your close friends, associates. And it's another thing for the whole world to know you're cucked. So that's a good point, Doug MPA. These women are doing this for themselves, not for anyone else. They usually tell the female-friendly version of the story, where they're the heroes and the victims at the same time. There's nothing like being a hero and a victim. That's like maximum simping points, you know? How can I be the hero and the victim today? What can my story be? I overcame the haters that I asked for by talking about these topics. That's the typical female YouTuber one. Dealing with the hate is really hard. To go work at Starbucks. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what are the other? What are the other? Starbucks is hiring. We never want to do that. And I love it too much. I love doing this. This is too fun for me. A part of me, I think I was bored for it some days. I really do. Okay. People can usually figure out who the man is that the woman's talking about. And the issue, and this is a problem, when they hear the woman's version of the story first, people will always remember the first version. And this is something I learned in media. Yeah, people, that is a... Okay, so the question we're going to ask, and we're going to put the Zoom in the chat. If your wife cheated and broke up with you, would you rather her say that you were a really nice guy or an asshole? So we'll role play here. So if I'm like, I cheated, and if I'm going public, but he was the nicest man in the whole world. He was a perfect husband, but I just wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't satisfied. Is that better? Or 2, he was such a fucking asshole. He's the worst. And I cheated. Which is worse? What would you prefer? Because if she's calling you an asshole, that means she actually loved you. And if she said you were a really nice guy, that means you're a simp bitch. But here's the problem. When women really love you, they do go to the ends of the earth to destroy you. It's kind of dangerous having a woman love you too much. Because if a woman loves you too much, then she really might, that's when women go to your job. They put you on, are we dating the same guy? That's what you call an A-level crash out. Women tend to only crash out. There's 2 things. When betas cheat, women crash out because we're like, because this is women. This is our innate problem, is we have to pick between the 2 men. We're like, do I want security, or do I want the guy that's like the bad boy? And if we date the bad boy, we have to accept that we're going to get, and if we date the nice guy, then we expect to not get cheated on because we picked the less attractive one. We're like, you can't cheat. And when they cheat, we're like, oh! That's when women crash out. When a woman thinks he'll never cheat, it doesn't matter. She'll put him in a sexless marriage. She'll think he'll never cheat. She'll be like, he would never do that. And then he does it. We're like, oh! And it's worse if she's younger, hotter, and better than us in every way, because that does happen. But when it's an asshole, it is expected, but there's also a crash out. So, Doug MPA will come on in a second to talk about the benefits once we get through an article. All right, let me... All right, let me go to this. All right. Oh, this is hilarious. Even at 50, my husband is still drop dead gorgeous. So why am I cheating on him with an ugly man? It's like that sometimes because guys can be, a lot of guys think it's all about look, but we just like men that are, we just love a man that can spit game. It's just, it does crazy things to us women. It's insane. And men, here's the thing, men are logical, women are illogical. So when men see this and they think, like I saw a post on Twitter the other day, and the guy was like, I look like this, and it was this perfect, like jacked, like everything a woman could ask for. It's like a physique from God. Like he looked like a Greek god, And he said the girl I wanted to date brought in a guy who couldn't bench a plate. We don't make sense. So just, we don't even understand ourselves. So don't even try to understand us. Do you know what I mean? But, oh wait, where's the article? Is it? These are some interesting ads. What the? Oh, I have to log in. Doug, can you copy and paste it in the, can we jip them? Because I don't want to pay for this article. I won't lie to you. Okay, this one's free though, while Doug gets that. My husband is perfect and I cheat on him anyway. The shocking reasons why women in a loving relationship stray. I cannot say a bad word about my husband, says Kathy, a happily married woman from Indianapolis. He's smart. He's cute. He's funny. He's hardworking. He adores me. He's a great dad. He takes care of his body. He's an excellent lover. I am married to like Mr. Wonderful in so many ways. But despite that, she's having an affair and has no intention of stopping. Oh, wait, here, I have to share this. It goes against every cliche about extramarital affairs. If somebody is cheating on their spouse, we assume they must be miserable. Maybe they've fallen out of love with their spouse or their sex life has disappeared. But Kathy, one of the dozens of people interviewed for the new book, Cheating Land, out now, goes against the comforting narrative. If a woman could cheat on a husband she adores, is anybody's marriage secure? No. And I've been trying to blackpill you guys because I think blackpilling is the most honest take that you can really have at this point. I would rather be blackpilled than sell dreams. I really would. I'd rather just be honest and say, look, yeah, your wife's probably going to cheat and leave you and ruin your life. So take it or leave it. And it's even more blackpilling. Do you know what's the most blackpilling? I was at a car show. And these are kind of like well-off men. I think well-off, I'm assuming, to have like a car from the 70s. Or maybe they just took care of it. I don't know. I just assumed. I assume if they're showing the car, it's expensive, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about cars. And these guys, I mean, they're pretty old because like some of them went to use the car in high school or whatever. Some of them bought it, but they're showing, their car history. These are guys in their 70s and 80s. And all of them were, and, obviously, I like never stop working in a way. I'm always talking to people. I'm just so nosy. It's blessing and a curse. So obviously I'm asking these guys about their wives and they're telling me the same things. That their wives are whores too. And these are like 80-year-old men. So. Okay, maybe they've fallen out of love or their sex life has disappeared. But Kathy, one of the dozens of people interviewed, as counterintuitive as it sounds, it's not unusual for people in happy marriages to cheat. Affairs are rarely about sex. Yeah, because we love the ups and downs. So even if like you could be the best lover of our life, it could be like a 10 out of 10. But women, we just love thrills. Like, I mean, guys, we go to Bangladesh and risk getting raped. Great. Just to get the excitement, to feel the thrill of having these Indian guys go. I mean, you guys see that. These women will go to like South America and go into the jungle and then get kidnapped. So, I mean, we're really surprised that we like the thrill of cheating. Like, come on. They're like, why would we do that? Cuckoo. We're all cuckoo. It just is what it is. All right. Though Kathy is only 40, She worries she's at the cusp of losing my attractiveness. Guys have stopped looking at her like they did when she was younger. Nobody likes me anymore. Guys don't even look at me, and she wants to be reminded that men still want me. Yeah, it's a validation thing. Sleeping with another man is proof she's still desirable. Keener isn't surprised by this reaction. External validation is extremely enticing, he says, especially as we age in a culture that celebrates youth. Yeah, and this is a lot of times when women marry young, this is kind of what you see. They, right when their youth is about to, I mean, you get it the most. I don't consider any man safe until the woman has had as many kids as she wants. It can't be what he wants, because what you want is irrelevant, right? I mean, who cares? Respectfully, I mean, she's got the abortion. So she knows when she's ovulating. It's not up to you. It's really not. So. It doesn't surprise me that, we're cheating machines. Okay, external. Oh, but so what you get is, after the women get what we want, which is the kids, the ring, the attention of the marriage, the attention of the kids, because attention's like sex to us. So you know how you guys don't know if you actually like a woman until after you bang her, because you don't really notice how annoying we are until after you've hit. Once you've hit, you're like, oh, she's really annoying. That's what it's like for us after we get children, because we want the kids so bad and we want the marriage so bad that once we get that, it's like, ooh, that's like our post-nut clarity. It's unfortunate. You guys get post-nut clarity so much earlier. We get post-nut clarity 8 years in. And women write about this. They talk about it if you really listen. They're into freaky stuff. Remember when we said it wasn't about sex? Well, it's a little bit about sex, but it's not because their husbands aren't keeping them satisfied. It's because they have kinks and proclivities that their husbands couldn't satisfy even if they tried. Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how many women want to just be 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, rape fantasies, threesome fantasies. I mean, it's so funny because I know somebody who's like, he's like, I've taken many girls' virginities, and I really didn't feel a sense of bonding to them. Like, they were not from his end, but they, like one girl, he's like, she got a tattoo the next week, became a flight attendant. I never really heard from her. But he goes, I felt bonding from the first time I slapped a woman in bed. We're crazy. I don't get it. I don't know. And that's what Jesse Lee Peterson says, like, the devil comes through women. I'm like, that kind of makes sense. Kind of does. Not all. This is comedy. I'm not serious. I'm not serious at all. Kerner admits that it's cruel irony. Good relationships are based on dependability, predictability, and a sense of security. But sexual energy often comes from the opposite. When someone cheats in a good marriage, it's often the very qualities that make the marriage good that create the vulnerability to infidelity. An affair is easier than marriage. I mean, yeah, this is, women are designed to be passed around. It's in our hardwiring. Because we have to figure out what is the best genetics. It's not about you, right? That's the problem. Is the moralists come in and they'll shout and they'll say, that's wrong, that's immoral. That never stopped a whore from whoring. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, that never, and I promise you to God, I did it for a year and it did nothing. I'll tell you what, I met Lily Phillips before she slept with 1,000 men. And I was like, maybe you should stop here. She did like one gangbang. And I'm like, maybe you should cool it. The next year she slept with 1,000 men. Yeah, it's never going to stop them. And it's because women, we're supposed to get the best genetics. So, as they say, hypergamy doesn't care. It's not a straitjacket. So sometimes we like the guitar player genetics or whatever bullshit. Funny because of the social status, the popular guy. I mean, God only knows. You might be like, oh, honey, what's for dinner? Kathy says of her marriage. I'm so sick of playing what's for dinner. It's like all we do is marriage. Everyone's too tired to make an effort, and it can drive you insane thinking about how nice and easy your affair is. Kerner says he's seen this play out far too often in the couples he's counseled. The affair partner doesn't have to worry about the kids' bills and the real life stressors.